For 50 years, journalists at the Coventry Evening Telegraph building have reported the highs and lows of the city. Well, now the newspaper has moved to a new home, but before the well-known old building's converted into a hotel, it's playing host to an arts project that remembers the city's stories. Joan Cummins reports.
More than 1 billion newspapers rolled off the presses at the CET building when production was based here. Now, before it becomes a hotel, a 4-day arts festival celebrates the city and its stories.
Our lead reporter talking to the people of this city, our city, Coventry.
There's a sense of nostalgia because audience members are asked to look back a little bit, they're asked to think about their city and perhaps leave finding out something different from each other and Coventry as a whole.
The audience will be taken on a journey through the building, exploring stories that touched Coventry lives.
These presses are never going to run again, but Read All About It will allow the building to come to life. A cast of 100, including community actors and professionals, reimagine the highs and lows of the decades.
I think something like the Evening Telegraph is one of those things that sort of runs underneath your daily life, and so you interact with the newspaper at certain points. It's one of those things that has a little place in some quite key moments in people's lives, so I think it's important to celebrate it.
Many of the actors are part of the digital generation, but recognise story's significance.
It feels really good being able to kind of convey such interesting and touching stories to members of the general public in this particular way.
What's important is that we convey the stories, not just the newspapers.
The Coventry Telegraph is still a thriving newspaper in the city. As the door closes on this chapter of its history, it's clear the people and their stories will continue to make headlines. Joan Cummins, BBC Midlands Today, Coventry.
Before we move